Hey guys, back with another review. This time I have the Samsung Galaxy Z Flip 5G. I bought this phone back in the beginning of September of 2020. It came out in August and I picked it up for $1450, but I traded my Note 10 Plus at the time and it knocked it down to about $750 or $800. I can't remember which one it was. I think it might have been $800. And I paid that, and after having it for about 2 to 3 weeks, and I ended up coming back here to South America because I currently live in Medellin, Colombia in South America. I was ready to give it back. But at the time I couldn't because of the way it's set up here. I cannot send phones out of this country. I would have to have somebody come and do all that. So I was like, you know what, screw it. I got it. I might as well keep it. But to answer the question right out the gate, if I could do it all over again, would I buy this phone knowing what I know now? Absolutely not. Don't get me wrong. It's a good device. This is basically an S10e that folds. That's basically what it is. You have the exact same camera system that came from the S10e. The same fingerprint reader. It is a much taller and narrow aspect ratio than the S10e, but that's basically what this is. They just turned it into a flip phone. The $1450 price tag was basically because of that. It flips. The display screen in the front is basically useless. It will give you some notifications, not all your notifications. You can stop and play music. Wow. You can stop and play music on the other side, but for the most part, and it is a little viewfinder. Oops. So it is a little viewfinder as well. So if you're taking a photo, want to see themselves, what they look like, you can show them that. But again, it's just a bunch of little party tricks. If you do buy a phone like this, you will need a smartwatch. Otherwise, you got to continuously open it up to check your messages. Now this display is a 1080 display. I just today changed out this screen protector. I ordered it from Amazon. It was $11.99 to get a 3-pack, and it's a very thin little screen protector, little smooth piece of plastic, dude. It's very tedious, takes about 5 to 7 minutes to put it on, but it goes on pretty easily. Like I said, it's just a little piece of plastic, and as you can see, I literally put it on today. So that's why it looks very good. As far as durability goes, I have dropped this thing several times, and I do have my Rinky case on this. I also picked this up on Amazon, this Rinky case. I think it was 15 bucks. And it's very durable, man. I will say that, you can drop it. I've dropped it on the back. I've dropped it on the front. And this case works pretty well. I do have that little thin plastic coating over this, which is why you can't see any scratches or anything on this. I did do that part, but for the most part, it holds up very well. Now, I'm not dropping it on purpose. It's just sometimes, when you're handling things, they slip out, they fall. But other than that, man, my biggest complaint with this thing, the cameras. As a YouTuber, as someone that takes a lot of photo, a lot of video, these cameras are okay, but they're definitely not worth $1450, this price tag. I know you get it as a complete package, and I know it had the latest Snapdragon when it came out, which was the 865 Plus, but you got a smallish battery that will not last you a complete day. Even if you're not a power user, meaning you're not using it for everything, like even when you just let it sit, this thing just drains battery. So you'll get about 16 to 18 hours out of this. Screen on time, you're looking maybe 3.5, 4 hours tops screen on time, and that's it. It's not like the iPhone, you can just let it sit idle and it takes very little battery. This, you let it sit idle 5-7 minutes, you come back, it has lost 3 to 5%. You're like, wow, and you haven't done anything with it. So yeah, those were the biggest things that were problems for me. But it is a cool little phone. It's like a luxury item, kind of like when I talked about the Apple AirPod Max. This is just a luxury item. This is just a flex, okay? Because nothing about this, right? Because it's not waterproof. You take this, you throw it in some water, it's done. You can't really get into the screen like you can a regular phone, because of this little thing coating. You scratch this, you got to pull it off, put another one on, and it's easy to screw this screen up. But the clamshell part of this, the outside, is very durable. I will say that it is very tough. But the inside, yeah, you have to be extremely careful with this. So I do have 2 more months of warranty when it comes to the screen, if there were anything to happen to it. But I don't use it enough. I probably only use this phone, like I said, 4.5 months out of the 10 months I've had it. And I do switch a lot of phones. The only phone I carry with me daily is my iPhone. When it comes to Android phones, I currently have 3. This, the S21 Ultra, and the Surface Duo. And I kind of switch between all 3 of those. Whenever I feel like changing up, I'll go to one of those. But bottom line with this phone, man, if you're thinking about buying it, I wouldn't. Just keep it at 100. I wouldn't. The cameras, like I said, was my biggest hang up. It is 4K in the front. It is 4K in the rear. You do get an ultra wide camera because you only have 2 lenses here in the back, not 3. But again, I'm just not impressed with these cameras at all. Even though it's 1080p screen, it is a decent screen. You can watch movies and everything. The screen looks fine. You can, you can upscale it or whatever in the settings to their 4K, even though it's not really 4K. And the other problem I have too is the speaker. Again, for $14.50, you only get 1 speaker here at the bottom. There's no speaker at the top, and it's not even a stereo speaker. It's a mono speaker. So it's loud, it's tinny. Yeah, just no. Like I said, this is just a novelty thing. I know they're getting ready to come out with the Z Flip 3, the 3rd version of this. They're going to make the display bigger, but keeping it 100, if they keep the battery size the same, they don't improve anything with the cameras, they don't do anything else with the screen to make it at least 1440p, they're going to keep it at 1080. I definitely would not spend that kind of money for this, but I am going to keep it. It is paid off, and I'm just going to have it as a novelty item, something to refer back to until they stop getting updates. And then at that point, I may throw it on eBay or something like that and get rid of it. But for now, I should be good for another 2 years of updates on this phone. But that's going to do it, man. Hopefully this information helped you guys out. Those of you who are considering buying this, I will just tell you, man, check out more videos as people talk about this. Don't go to the paid advertiser talking about this, because they're only going to give you rave reviews. They're not going to give you real world experience with this. And if people are being honest with you, it's a fun phone, okay? But for you to spend $1,450 for this, you're going to expect a lot more. Even now at Best Buy, I think it's going for $1,100. It's nice. It looks nice. It's an attention getter. When you flip it open like that, people are going to go, wow, what is that? But when you use it every day, you see all the issues that you have with it, and you definitely need a smartwatch with it for your notifications, unless you just plan on flipping it open every time you get a notification. With a smartwatch, at least you can see, who's calling or who's texting, respond back and do all that stuff that you can't do with it closed like this. Okay, guys? So again, I appreciate everybody watching as always. Until next time, guys.